Protoss Rogue is actually extremely strong right now, especially if you know how to play it. And even though you could actually be winning a lot with it, even if you don't know exactly what you're doing with it, unlocking its true potential is really gonna skyrocket your win rate. So in this video I'm gonna give you a quick guide about it, talk about the mulligans and win rates, as well as show you some of my games on my road back to top 100 legend. So if you're serious about Hearthstone, drop a like and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to check out my Raid Shadow Legends channel, where I'm giving just as high quality, if not higher quality guides. So if you ever thought about trying the game out, now would be the perfect time, because the game really is that good, and they're throwing so much free stuff at you right now. Anyway, now let's check out the deck. Here's the variant I used, and it's basically like the old Protoss Rogue, but they're actually not running the second Templar variant anymore. They just go for the one that deals 2 damage to everything, and it really does feel a lot better this way, because having yourself a lot of clunky, expensive cards was not helping much. One thing that's really important for this deck to work properly is you really gotta pay attention to how much you have discounted your Protoss cards, and namely the High Templars. Because in order for you to actually do some pretty crazy things with Sonya, you can only discount these guys by 2. So that automatically means that you cannot have both Artanis and Photon Cannons in the same discount game. So you gotta make a choice early. Are you gonna be going for double Photon Cannons for the discount, or for a single Artanis and no Photon Cannons and minions? What that's gonna do is, it's gonna allow your High Templars to be at 4 mana, and with the help of the 1 mana Scoundrel, this is gonna drop them down to 1 mana. So what happens is, around turn 6 or 7, you will have the access to a very broken combo, which would be Sonya into 1 mana Scoundrel, 1 mana Templar, which gives you a 0 mana Templar, and you also have a 0 mana Scoundrel, and you can continue doing broken things like playing a Cover Artist for 1 mana with the 0 mana Scoundrel, or just playing a second High Templar straight up if you have it, and so on and so forth. Funny little thing I noticed is, Cover Artist, when played for 1 mana, Sonya is actually gonna give you a copy of the minion that the Cover Artist copied. It's kinda weird, but it kinda makes sense, and it kinda doesn't, but it's just how the battle cry plus something on the board interaction works apparently. So don't go around trolling people using Cover Artist for some BS first and then using it on the 8/8 Archon. It's not gonna work the way you think it does. So if you use this guy on a 8/8 Archon, you're still gonna get yourself potentially 1 mana, a potentially 1 mana Archon in your hand, which you can still play like that. Sometimes the combo could go differently too, like in some cases you might have to pivot away from the normal way the Sonya thing works, especially if you're doing your best to stabilize. So definitely be on your toes and be smart about how you can be using the Scoundrel stuff. It can really be super broken if you pull it off correctly. Going through the deck, we have a couple of backstabs. They're gonna help you control the early game boards a little bit better, especially against all of those tokeny decks like Shamans and whatnot. And they're also a great way for you to actually combo off things like Deafen, things like Dubious Purchases, that kind of stuff. Couple of preps are gonna help you do turn 2 Chrono Boost, turn 2 Dubious Purchases, or some other things later on, like a 0 mana Photon Cannon can also be cool. The Shadow Steps, they can be very flexible in this deck. You could be using them in all sorts of different ways. They work amazingly well with your Void Rays, by the way. If you discounted your Void Ray by 1, you could actually use the Void Ray to attack something as a 3/2 rusher, and then Shadow Step and bake it down to 0 that way, and that way it's going to be a 5/4. You could also be using your Shadow Step to Shadow Step your Zealots. They are straight up 3 mana minions, so if discounted by 1, they're gonna be 0 mana, 3 damage to the face, so that can be interesting. You could also consider doing something stupid, like if you haven't done any discounts with the Zealots, maybe you do Sonya, Zealot goes face, Shadow Step, do it again, that kind of stuff. That's also something to think about. You could also be Shadow Stepping Glacial Shards if you're against things like Weapon Rogues, or just a bunch of 8/8s on the board too early. That can also help you out. And in some cases, even Shadow Stepping a High Templar could work if you haven't done any discounts, but you do have most of the other stuff for the Sonya combo. Shadow Stepping this guy down to a 4-drop is actually gonna allow you still to pull off 1 Sonya combo that way, so that would be 4 damage AoEs with Templars from Sonya, and after that 2 damage AoE on the board as well as 8 damage to the face, so effectively you did 6 damage AoE and 12 to the opponent's face that way. It's probably not going to be a lethal play for you, but it's a very good stabilization tool as well. I guess Shadow Stepping the Scoundrels can also be interesting, but yeah, all around Shadow Step is as flexible as ever. The defense, in some cases you might just want to silence, in other cases the combo makes sense. And a cool thing about silencing things in today's meta is if you actually silence starship pieces, they're not going to be a part of the starship anymore because you silence the keyword starship. Dig for treasure, you actually have a grand total of 4 pirates, and for some reason this thing gives me a coin more often than not, despite the deck having more non-pirates than pirates. Really feels like it's targeting the pirates for some reason. It's not guaranteed, I'm not saying it's bugged or anything, but for me it has been giving me the pirates more often than it should, if it feels like. And this is a great thing for you to actually be doing on turn 1, hopefully getting yourself the Swore Shiner, which is pretty good in this deck. The photon cannons, like I said, in some cases you actually would not want to discount with these. Like if you are planning to play an Artanis on 6 or 7, it's going to be better for you actually not to be playing the photon at all for discount. You could just target face, or just attack a minion with this thing first and then kill it off with a Void Ray, let's say. So definitely be smart about this. This could be 6 damage on a stick for you. This could be the way you discount your Archons down to 4. But it also could be a way for you to break your combo with the Artanis later, so be smart about it. You don't always have to go for the Sonya combo, so don't always go out of your way for the Photon Cannon, but if you're against something like a Control-y class, if you're against something that's not going to allow you to do some good chip damage, it's probably going to be best for you to actually hold back with the cannons and just do Artanis if you have access to them. The Quick Pick gives you a lot of card draw on this one, and it's an excellent thing to actually play on turn 2, swing, and turn 3 changes durability back to 3, so you can swing 3 more times like that. It's actually pretty good. And a lot of people would actually consider you to be a pirate, more like a weapon rogue, if they see you doing this combo. So you could actually get in their heads, thinking it's going to be super important for them to get a Viper super quick, or their Glacial Shards, that kind of stuff for later. The Sword Shiner's pretty decent in the deck. You could use this just for chip damage with the help of your hero power as well. Don't just save it up for the quick pick, sometimes it's never happening, so just get that hero power on 2 into a Swarvy on 3, and that's basically 10 damage on a stick for you in grand total. In some cases you could even just play another Swarvy Sword Shiner when you're on your last charge of your weapon, so you can actually skip on having the hero power another time. You actually have to be pretty effective with your mana with this deck in most cases if the curve goes well for you, so sometimes you just don't have that extra 2 mana to re-equip another weapon through hero power or through a quick pick. Yeah, you might just tempo this guy out for another batch of swings like that. The Void Rays, very, very nice for control for you. They can also be a Shadow Step, like I said, so this way you could kill something with 3 health and then something with 5 health and leave yourself with a 5-4 on the board. It is definitely pretty strong that way, but usually you're not going to be discounting it straight up with the help of cannons and the Artanis, so don't wait around for it to go down to 0 in most cases. Couple of Chrono Boosts help you thin out the deck nice and good. They also give you an extra chip damage with a 3-4 on the board, and you don't have that many Protoss cards in the deck, so it's extremely powerful for you to actually be playing these, especially on curve, because we basically have, 9 Protoss cards in total, like 2 of these, 2 of those, 1 more of these because the other one you're playing, obviously. Couple of Templars and Artanis, so it is going to be pretty good for you to cycle through your deck, and it actually makes your combo super consistent like that, because it's going to be very hard for you to actually dodge your Templars at the end. The Cover Artist, the main use for this thing would be to use it on the already established 8/8 Archon, because if you actually do this on a high Templar on the board, that's actually going to do absolutely nothing for you. You're just going to get yourself a 3/3 do nothing, because what this says is play another Templar, not copy a minion to be another Templar on the board. You gotta actually play it from your hand. So the Cover Artist will not transform into Templar. Trust me, I did that fuck up once, never again. You could also be using the Cover Artist for the opponent's stuff in some cases. You could be copying their Titans, their Unkiliaks, all of that kind of stuff. And heck, in some cases you might even just straight up copy your a Zealot for some sneaky lethal like that. Really comes down to how the game is panning out, but the main use case scenario for this thing would be to do it on an already established Templar, and like I said, you could also do shenanigans with the Sonya with the help of the Scoundrel, bringing this down to 1 mana. Dubious Purchases, in some cases you could just play this without even comboing it, but obviously it's going to be much better deleting something for the opponent in the process as well. Very nice to get played with a prep, decent to get comboed with a backstab, that kind of stuff. Sonya, pretty integral for you to actually pull off the absolute potential for this deck. That's why I started with that in this guide, because that's probably the most important piece of information you need out of this guide. So definitely don't sleep on her. I do believe you're going to be winning more than you're losing if you don't have Sonya, but you're just going to see how broken she is in most of the games. Like, the combo is actually extremely consistent around turn 6, turn 7, turn 8, the latest. You should be able to actually pull this thing off because the deck has way too much card draw. The Scoundrels are the second batch of pirates for you. The first one, you might even play it without having anything to discount, but it's actually a pretty excellent thing to be playing on turn 5 and actually following up with a Void Ray. That's a huge bomb turn for you. You basically put down a 4-3 with a 5-4 Divine Shield Rusher, so you are going to be establishing some good board presence like that. And this also allows you to have the 1-mana Scoundrel, with which you could usually use for the Sonya shenanigans, but in some cases you might even pull off an earlier Artanis than you're supposed to, which can also feel pretty decent. Don't be too loose with your 1-mana Scoundrel. Like I said, it's pretty important for you to pull off at least Artanis early with it, but the main use case scenario for it would be for the Sonya shenanigans, because that's the only way you do anything actually decent out of Sonya. Obviously, you could also use her for some silly things like getting yourself a second Glacial Shard against the Weapon Rogue. That's actually going to be extremely powerful. But the main case scenario would be to get some pretty big Void Templar action. Like, you can literally delete the whole board with this girl. It's an absolute OTK if you actually have either the second Templar or the cover artist, because you get to have a grand total of 3 Archons that way, so that is a lot of damage. The Templars are super good at actually deleting the opponent's board as well, because these things deal damage to the minions and to the opponent, so it's a lot of damage in the process. In some of the games, you are going to be actually comfortable playing this guy on tempo and shadow stepping it. In other cases, you might even tempo it out and leave it on the board if you don't expect the opponent to have an amazing way to deal with it. It might actually be worth it to stick it on the board for a while. And even if you lose one of these, you can still do the Sonya plays, but if you lose both of these, it's going to become pretty hard for you to actually do anything meaningful with the rest of your deck. So don't be too loose with these. And lastly, we have the Artanis. Don't forget, this is going to discount your Templars by 2. Also, don't forget the hero power is going to be giving you extra damage like that. So all around pretty strong stuff. It's a very effective way to also stabilize the board around turn 6 or 7. It is, again, a very integral card for the deck. Matchup-wise, unbelievable. I really don't believe this deck is this bad across the board. Like, I had an amazing success with this in Top Legend. I had amazing success with this. We literally hit 5 wins, 0 losses all the way to Legend last night on a coaching sesh. Maybe we got a good meta or something, but definitely feels like this deck is a lot better than this. I guess it's a rogue deck in the end of the day, so the skill cap for it is not exactly close to the floor or anything like that. But knowing what you know now, I think you should be able to do a lot better than what these stats are showing. But I guess take it with a grain of salt. Like, losing this much against Weapon Rogues, having yourself Glacial Shard and Shadow Steps and all of that, like, how does that even happen? As long as you start freezing their face around turn 4, you're going to be able to do that up to turn 7. I think as long as you get the Glacial, as long as you're looking for the Glacial, you should be having a very good time against the Weapon Rogues. Same deal with Hero Power Druids. Like, as long as you get the Shadow Step and Glacial Shard, like, they're not going to be able to slap you in the mouth all that much. I really feel people are botching the hell out of this deck in the win rate section, so I wouldn't lose too much sleep over this. This is actually in Legend. Let's see how Diamond to Legend looks like. A little bit better, but not by much. So still the same problematic matchups it seems, but if I were you, I'd give this a try. Knowing what you know now, I think you will do a lot better than this. Mulligan-wise, here's what we have. Going first and second, the quick pick is always going to be MVP. Same with Dig for Treasure. Straight up holding on to Swarvy is not a bad idea. Even if you have the Dig for Treasure, I would still consider holding on to the Swarvy because this is not super consistent for you. And getting the Swarvy on free is probably the best thing you could be doing. Chrono Boost is also an absolute keep. Prep going first, I need to have a good hand to hold on to the prep. Like, if you already have let's say Dubious or Chrono Boost, I would hold on to the prep. But if I don't, I'd probably toss it out for better chances of getting the quick pick and stuff. The rest of these cards I wouldn't really hold on to too much, unless I'm against a rogue or a druid. In that case, I might consider straight up holding on to the Glacial because it's going to be very integral to the game plan. But holding on to a Photon Cannon early, I think that is a mistake. Like, look at this. 30% of people are holding on to this bad boy, and it's actually the third worst card. So yeah, skill cap, guys, think a little. As for on the coin, here's what we have. Again, Quick Pick, Dig, Chrono, Swarvy, all MVPs. I'd say Prep here is even better. And I'd say Photon here is still pretty shit. Just because I told you, if you use one Photon without the other, you basically break your Sonya combo for a while, and you're gonna have to wait around for the cannon to come back, so it's definitely not something you want to be holding in your hand in the early turns. Definitely can also be a consideration going second depending on the matchup. Doobie is still pretty good if you have the prep for it, and yeah, the rest not so hot. All around, that's it for the deck. It's not expensive at all. It does run Sonya, obviously, and a lot of you already disenchanted her, and I can't blame you. She is actually not rotating this year, so if I were you, I'd craft her back. She's still as cracked as ever. She is still a problematic card. It could actually get nerfed even another time if she keeps on doing these shenanigans in the next expansion. So that just leaves you with Artanis, which is from the mini set, and if you don't have the mini set, like, you're not having the Protoss stuff, so there's that. So the deck is basically super budget. Not very easy to really unlock the full potential, but very rewarding if you do. So, hope you enjoyed the guide. I definitely outdid myself with this one, didn't I? Almost 20 minutes guide, but yeah, I really hope this helps you. And if it did, a like and subscribe would really be appreciated. Now, let's check out some of my games on my road back to top 100 Legend. Hope you enjoy. Valera. Yes, Chaos. Okay, turn 1 we can dig it. Turn 2, let's see if we can get a pick here. Good old picky action. Sag. 1 mana prep for that. Am I not happy with Weapon Rogue? I already did a video about Weapon Rogue, so happy or not, we gotta keep that deck roulette cycle going, because that content ain't gonna push itself. Why'd you gotta top deck this shit? Both my pirates top decked. Okay, we still got a coin out of the lot, so he might consider us to be weapon. Sag. Well, I'm still gonna start blasting some thief in. Music's alright. Music's A-okay. Got myself a preppage. I could prep a doobie ass with this weapon and whatnot. Might actually be kind of worth. This guy is indeed a weapon rogue, so just blasting him through with a Swarvy, is that gonna do it for us? At least he didn't get a weapon of his own. His Swarvy is not there. I'm gonna just Swarvy for now. Maybe next turn he plays it, and at least we get destroyed and whatnot. Okay. Yeah, this man's struggling too. There it is. There's the good thing, but I think for now I'm gonna tempo him a wee bit. Go ahead and do some of this nonsense. This way this thing becomes nice and big. Gotta tempo him. It ain't gonna tempo itself, you hear? Wait, this guy is actually the Cutlass Rogue, huh? Apparently. Some of that Cutlass. I guess I'm happy about that, because we can definitely do an obscene amount of damage in a single turn against them. As long as we get some of that Acron action. Archon action, that is. Wouldn't mind getting my Templar soon. Sooner rather than later. Okay, there he is. I can slap him in the move and maybe go with quick pick, or should I go with some chrono boost nonsense?
Starting simulations.
I think I'm gonna tempo out some chrono boost nonsense. If I shadow step this, next turn I can actually slap him silly with Coin or Tanis.
It would seem we're on a prime.
I'm floating the 1 mana, I'm not very keen on that. Coining out the quick pick is kinda okay. I'll coin out the quick pick. I'm not in a hurry to shadow step this, actually it's kinda silly. I can just shadow step this guy and still achieve the same. Next turn I'm gonna go with Swarvy, I guess. Turn after we can do the Artanis shadow step, and that's 9 damage out of nowhere. Okay. Pretty silly card to be running, not gonna lie. What is this Warlock card you really feel like running? You weirdo. Technically I could go with Sandbox.
Too soon.
Some of that partially click into backstab action. Or not. Not the best out of the lot. Okay, let's think about it. Let's think about it. If I go with this thing, get to play this thing, and shadow step and fucking do it again. If I top deck a shadow step out of this, that'd be lethal in it. If I top deck prep, that's also lethal. I don't have any more preps left in the deck though. Maybe it wasn't such a bright idea wasting the coin last turn, now was it?
Running prognosis.
I'll just play it safe, I think. Could play the 1 mana thing to put down another chrono boost. I think I will. I'm also gonna freeze his mouth, so if he decides to top deck the weapon and start healing, I know he can use a hero he just discovered, but odds of that being decent, not so hot. Okay, he gains a wee bit of armor, a whole lot of damage. Not very great, but could have been worse now, couldn't it? Okay, so next turn I have 9 damage from hands. So he's exactly dead.
Stand with me. Fight. For Artanis. For Artanis. My life for Iron. For Artanis.
Is. Yeah, he was playing a weird deck now, wasn't he? But top 150. Still. 169. Can we get the real deal, though? Can we get the real deal, though? Here's the deal, though. Let us see the double-ended deal, though. Gonna touch his Talala, apparently. Let's see how that go.
Who wants to play?
All systems are go.
Not gonna keep any at ease, even though having access to backstab for a potential tempoed out infestor could be very important. I'd much rather it be a deafen though. At least we got the quickie picky, and there's that backstab. Gonna stab that bag. I am a known backstabber. And let's see if we can get ourselves some pirate nonsense going. There you go. Pirate nonsense has answered. Welcome to the squad, pirate man. What took you so long? Okay, at least he's not super quick either. Backstab. Well, my dig for treasures is not going to be super amazing. One pirate only left. One P-rat. Let's try and set a chrono boost. Sounds about right. I can backstab that. Oh, he's gonna rush me down. Whoa. Yes. Don't want this thing living, I can tell you that much. Photon cannon. If I had a prep, I would, but I don't, so I won't.
For Artanis.
Do I care to backstab? I care to backstab, I think. Next turn we're gonna go with sandbox into this thing, so it's down to 0 as a 5-4. That's actually pretty amazing. It's amazing. So amazing. Kill. Lucky. Might also want to actually do this. I could actually do this. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this thing. Pull this thing. Another backstab. Let's deny him a hero power. This also denies him a double infestor without having the mana.
Eyes on the horizon.
No infestor. Fascinating. Or Donis, you say? That Ember. That Ember. Let's go ahead and do this. A little bit of this. Do I care too much?
Running prognosis.
This guy's not gonna be healing all that much, so I think I'm gonna just go ahead and do this. Okay, we got this thing and that thing, and this thing is actually with this thing. I will be able to actually do some stuff. I'm gonna leave that larva of his. At this point, I'm not planning on him sticking around for too long. That's the thing about using the photon cannon. You want to be having these guys discounted only twice, so with one photon cannon you need to use a second one. And you can't use Artanis, because that's going to break the Sonya combo if you're willing to go for that route, and I think I am. And next turn I think I am going for that route now, aren't I? Problem is I'm gonna... Is it a problem? Is it a problem? We'll be low on the mana. Another scoundrel. Prep me, dude. Shadow Step, that's good. That's good.
How long can you hold
This is treasure.
No, I fucked up. I'm a moron. I done fucked up. I done fucked up. That was dumb. That was uncalled for. I knew I didn't have the mana, and I decided to pretend I do, but I didn't. I'ma just freeze this thing, Shadow Step this grill, and next turn do the real thing, but that was stupid. I should have just waited a turn, maybe. Even though this allows me to straight up go for it next turn. For real, that was kind of silly. But yeah, next turn I play Sonya. A 0 mana Sandbox, 1 mana Templar twice, that's 4 damage plus 8 damage, GG damage, but he could go for Kerrigan here, so there's that too. Doesn't. And now we're fucked. Thanks, game. Now we are fucked. Chrono Boost, I think, still gets us there though.
Any problem?
Yeah, it's guaranteed High Templar, so we still have enough to do that. But don't do what I did. Don't do what I did.
How long can you hold you?
Now this is treasure.
There you go. Should have just done something different last turn, basically. Basically. Kinda done botched it, but that's what I'm here for. I'm botching it so you don't have to. I am botching it for you guys. I have botched for your sins. Look at me doing some botchery. Went sledding with the kid again yesterday. Banged my back into the frickin' slopes. Kinda pains me. It pains me, but should be alright, should be alright. Okay, we're against Insane.
The Lich King.
Not even man, that's amazing.
None shall escape my
It's kind of funny I'm still playing against the top players while playing other games and whatnot. I don't know. I think I straight up hold on to the Swarby here, like odds of me pulling it through the dig for treasure not so hot, so... Double prep. Nothing to prep. Okay, let's see. There's my dig. Can we dig it? We can dig it. We digged it. We done digged it. We did the diggy. We got diggy with it. Yeah, doing good, man. Doing good. Okay, this hand is looking a little bit on the questionable side so far, but we have 10 damage on a stick. Anatar, hello. Oh, it's Bunny Shore. Welcome, man. Happy to have you, dude. How are you doing? You're also on a full day of streaming action, aren't you? Full day of streams for you. Happy to have you, dude. Let's keep on slapping this man in. And we kicked in his teeth. Hopefully we top deck something usable. This hand is a little bit on the questionable side. Next turn I might just tempo out another Swarvy after swinging in. Gonna swing itself. But I wouldn't mind something like a Chrono, like a Dubious. Quick pick, one might say. Grinding that CVC. Go get him, man. Why are you going so hard on this CVC, by the way? It's no PR, so... Is it really that worth it for you? None of that PR bullshit. Okay, fuck that guy in particular, I guess. It ain't gonna fuck itself. There you go, there's that quick dick. Some of that quick dick. See what's behind door number 2 first. Another pirate. Would ya look at that? Would ya look at that? I'm gonna equip the quickie here. Let's go ahead and equip the quickie. Next turn, let's start blasting. Yeah, I get it, but still. Sounds like you're on a mission, doesn't it? Sounds like you're on a mission right there. Eek. Well, could have been worse, I guess, but we're not very happy that happened either. Not very happy now, are we? To be fair, neither is he, but he's a little bit happier than we are, isn't he? I could coin this guy and shadow step him, but if he has another Viper, I ain't be too happy. To be fair, this allows me to do some sandbox scoundrel nonsense quicker. I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna give it the good old go. Let's bang our face into this. We did get it. Okay, so Sonya waiting room, it seems. Go ahead and do this. Shadow slap it. Now we sit at 4 mana with it. We might do something funny with it if Sonya decides to join the chat. Let's hope he doesn't Viper us again. That'd be a damn shame. Wouldn't mind having a dubious for this prep. It's not gonna be so hot, but could be. Is he setting up a Hydralisk or some shit? Go ahead and do this. I think I'm gonna prep this guy. Not a Templar. Not a Templar is tempting. Let's see what this do. Cover Artiste.
For Artanis.
Sure wish I had Artanis. Speaking of the devil. Hydralisk would be a bitch here, but it is what it is, isn't it? He might actually be setting up some obscene amounts of damage right about now. With all of these 1/1s, if he has his Infesture ready for whatever, he could just kill it off with the rush and just blast face with all of this. Really hope he doesn't, but I have a feeling he might. Really hope he doesn't, though. It'd be a damn shame if he does.
Eyes on the horizon.
Yeah, fucking does. Well, he's not gonna kill me with it, I think. Okay, that's a lot of damage. Quite a lot of damage. I could prep this thing, reduce these guys down. See what that do first, but I don't think we're coming back from this. Reducing both of these again. I'm close, but I'm not that close, are I? Hold up. That was a mistake. I should not have used the second cannon. I had lethal, I think. Wait a minute, what am I talking about, dude? I still have lethal. Let's foreskin go. Sheesh! I almost slept on that shit. I thought I'm gonna need the scoundrel for some shit, but I didn't. Let's foreskin go. That was a close one, Almost slept on that. Thank fuck I didn't. Thank fuck. Off he fucks. An attempt has been made. Thank you for the follow, Lambrex. How are you doing? Let's keep on blasting. Yeah, GG, Lambrex. That was a close one. Almost slept on that. If I didn't use the second photon cannon, I think I could have done it with the scoundrel too, but using the second photon cannon was costing you 1 mana with the scoundrel play. Scoundrel in total discounts. Nothing? Now that I said it, Scoundrel is kind of a bait, isn't it? I guess I didn't even need to use the Photon Cannon, the second one at least. Because that was reducing the same amount of stuff. That was just bullshit with extra steps, I guess. Against the Huntard. Turn 2 this, turn 3 that. Keeping Sonya could end up being good. Although against the Huntard, do I really need the Sonya? Probably not. I'd rather get the better stuff. Hey, happy to hear, man. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you did too. Glad you did the thing. With a second quick pick. Is it a good idea to coin it out? Coin is valuable, but I'm a quickie. I can prep that. Casual addict. Could be a Raid Shadow Legends player. I'm about to blast through these. Feels like he's setting up. Photon Cannon, you say? I'll just equip this still. I could prep the cannon. I'll prep the cannon. No need to take extra damage now like we have healing. It is supposed to be thick. It is still decent. Still one of the best ones in it. I think I'm gonna go mouth down with that. There's that Sonya. There's the Sonyas. I'm gonna leave this guy next turn if I feel like it's worth Shadow Stepping, I might. Even though he does have the Rusher, so probably not. Yeah, we're trying to kick his teeth in. But he is resisting. Stop, we're trying to help you. Gonna smack him silly. Whoa. This is not the worst idea with the Shadow Step. Might be worth. I'm gonna do it like this. This way I take less damage. This way it's gonna be 5-4. Now I get to take one less damage here, and I really hope I top deck a prep. Shadow Step again. Shadow Step again. Not gonna waste it. Nah. Nah. Sure. Okay. That's pretty bad. Let's see what this swing do. Foo-Foo Cannon. If I Foo-Foo Cannon, I will have my Archons down to by 2, so Sonya can do her thing with this man. So I think I'm actually gonna go like that.
This treasure ain't fit for a pirate.
These Ant was the most skill expressive deck in the game. Well, if we're talking about right now, I have no idea. Right now, Discover Hunter question mark? I don't know, I wouldn't say today's meta is the most skill testing one, that's for sure. Okay, he has Gilly in hand, that much has been said. If anybody's asking, he has it in the hand. There's that preppage. There's the preppage. That ain't the worst. Not too bad, not too bad. He has a Misha, a Gilly, and a couple of mystery cards. Yeah, that should be evolving. Evolution, that is. There's my Archon. Let's foreskin go. Let us go foreskinningly.
How long can you hold?
This is treasure.
The merging is complete.
Now this is treasure. What's a tribute?
That's skill testing enough for you? Not gonna lie, I was not realizing I can totally kill him here, but apparently I could have. Skill testing enough? Definitely for me. Not too much skills over there to test, but they got tested nonetheless. Poor casual. Yeah. This is that other weird game we're playing in at Zadie.
Scabs versus
Asuna.
Behold the power of the winter wind.
Okay.
I'm not toying around.
We're going first, so probably not gonna hold on to the cannon, even though it does make some sense. Some sense, question mark? I don't know, man. Is this deck playable without Sonya? It's gonna be worse. Like, if you know what you're supposed to do with Sonya, she makes the deck a lot better. I have been playing this deck without knowing what Sonya does, and I still won more than I lost, but nowadays I think you do definitely need her in there. The trick with Sonya is you need to discount twice, and only twice, so either you do it with 2 cannons or with 1 Artanis, but don't discount anymore, because after that it breaks the discount for High Templar combo with Sandbox Sonya bullshit. I'm gonna hard roll for the quickie picky. Hard to say, Lamb. If I'm going second, you can definitely hold on to cannon and backstab a little bit more, but if you're going first, you kind of want to be holding on to the other things. Today, my frickin' Dickford treasures have been on point, man. I have not had a single non-pirate draw to these things. On point. I don't have my Swarvy. I guess there's not the biggest impact to deal 1 damage here, is it? But yeah, the mulligan does change depending on what you're facing. Right now it seems like we're facing some kind of control priest. Some kind of control priest feels like. This hand is kind of shitty. I think I'm gonna go with the chrono. Oh no. Next turn we have another chrono. Okay, it looks like a Highlander Dungar Priest. We got this thing, but I wouldn't go out of my way to make this weapon bigger. If I had a quick pick, sure, but I don't, so I won't. Against these guys, Sonya is probably gonna be pretty impactful because we can do some OTK bullshit. Okay, he is definitely digging for that Dungy boy, or the more like his Elise. Okay, I don't have my Deafen. My Deafen is definitely missed. Most def. I could backstab cannon. I could also just play sandbox and ram in my void guy. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I do have Deafen. What am I talking about, dudes? Am I fucking drugs? Oh well. I did have the Deafen. Deafen was probably the play there, but maybe we're gonna get a bigger, better Deafen play. I have both my Templars. I have all the discounts for them too, so I could decide how I want to do them. But given Sonya's still not in here, I'm probably gonna wait for Artanis. Hard to craft anything worth right now, Poison. Might want to just pick up Weapon Rogue. It's basically a free deck, so just get that for cheap. Kick in some people's teeth nice and quick, and wait for the rotation to make some better moves. No need to be spending your dust for anything too Da Vinci right now. Just go ahead and grab yourself some cheap, easy deck to climb easy with and live life. Okay, he is gonna take a good amount of damage here. Shadow Step too. How much damage do I have? A buttload. This guy's almost dead, bro. I have 2 photon cannons, a shadow slap. And that's about it. So I have 9 from hand. It's 4 off lethal in it.
Hold on.
4 off lethal, 3 off lethal with my weapon. I could actually Artanis right now. I think I'll actually Artanis right now. The shitty part is he does have the Scoundrel, so next turn he can do some shit stuff. So going all in here without being able to finish what we started is not so bright.
Inspiration.
I'm go like this. Kick in his teeth. Who do I Shadow Step? I think I'm a Shadow Step Dafu. This way I'm gonna have some access to the other crap. That's about it. Is he gonna go Dungar or is he gonna go Elise? Why not both? He doesn't have enough for Dungar actually, he does for Elise though. He's not going for it seems. This way he does not have enough mana for the Elise, nor the Dungar. Neat! Neat chat. Can't stop winning with this thing. 5 quick wins with it. And we're not even good with it. Not too good at least. 5 quick wins like that. Can't say no. You packed him? You should have bought the mini set, man. You don't want to open legendaries without opening the mini set straight up. 128 like that. Pretty strong stuff, pretty strong stuff. Gotta say, I'm having fun with this shit. Let's do one more game with it and decide what else we want to play today. You guys have any burning desires? A deck you want to see me playing that I haven't posted on the YouTube channels yet? Might want to give it a chucksicle. I guess, Poison. I can get behind that. It's not the worst legendary to pack, I can tell you that much, especially given it does have a good amount of nerf potential, if we gotta be honest. Could actually hold on to the Chrono boost, the rest probably not so much. Even the Chrono's a little bit on the expensive side, given I don't have any curve going so far, but a man can dream. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, this hand ain't going nowhere fast. Let's just hope he doesn't go fast either, and otherwise we kill ourselves. Look at him going not fast. Guess I can do this. Almost drop blasting. Playing off the top. Oh man, can I have another? Another photon cannon, por favor? Quick pick is a good second. A chroma photon cannon, please. A smidgen of photon cannon, perhaps? Swarvy, please? No? There's that dig. This could give me the guy, but odds of it are pretty slim, so I think I'm gonna just go like this for now. And I will play it on the defense here a little. Because this guy is known to be kicking teeth in nice and quick. So let's slow him down a bit. Damn it! God damn! Fucking hell, man. There's that Swarvy I was looking. It's turn 3, 4, going into 5 for him, so I think I'm gonna go like this. And I have two options, either this thing or this thing. If I go with this thing and top deck Sonya, next turn I'm gonna kick in his teeth nicely.
Starting simulations.
I'm gonna lose the weapon. Shadow Slap, you say? Might use that for this thing. Let's remove the bigger amount of damage for now, and next turn I might have to resort to Templaring a couple of times. If I top deck straight up High Templar, that'd be lit. That would be pretty litty. Sonya or Templar, come on. Dick. You dick. You dick. There is a play to be made here. He's pretty low on his shit. Doesn't have too much damage on that shit.
Checking my calculations.
So, I could just deal 4 damage AoE and call it a day, leave it on the boards.
Running prognosis.
I'm gonna do that. Problem is, he's still left on the board with an obscene amount of damage. Forgot. No, actually, he's only left with 3 damage. What am I talking about? Okay, we're alive and well. Would be nice if this thing lives, but we don't have too much hopes for it to remain. Could get rush on this too. Might have Galganeth, a weapon. If he actually plays Galganeth, I'm not against using this thing for that. There he goes, Galganething again. I think we're gonna be able to get back to this shit. Sure. Should've launched first, buddy. I think you should've launched that. Okay, so I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna copy that. Maybe deal 20. That's not good enough. Yeah, good job, dum-dum. Could have had your next one discounted too. Getting Divine. So dumb, man. Why does it not say everything? Wind Fury, Divine, Battle. Okay, where's the lifesteal on it? It doesn't even say it. Unbelievable. Do I have a play is the real question. This thing is way too good.
Checking my calculations.
Now this is treasure.
This one's a tribute. We're out of time.
I need to get lucky on the 50-50 right about now. But I didn't. Call up, please, for the love of fucking Aldrich Holy, please, come on, bitch, come on, bitch. God damn you, game! Come on, bitch! Science, bitch! Fucking hell, man! No! Come on, bitch! Jesse! We needed to cook faster, damn it! Too much time thinking, man. Too much time thinking. Ain't gonna think itself. Fuck me, man. Okay, that was fun. That was a sight to behold. A sight to behold indeed. Deck is cracked. Should have been a little bit faster on that one though. Yeah, bitch. Hilarious.